Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, my camera actually had a little bit of a weird setting, so in case there's any weird issues with that one, it should be all fixed up for the next video. But I just want to let you guys know we actually had a pretty bad and overall probably one of the worst drops we've had in a very, very long time when it comes to Amazon. Now, I'm going to give you guys the details for it, and as well, we do sometimes see like additional waves, or more so like a higher amount of warehouse consoles. We still have also not seen any PlayStation 5 digitals or Xboxes too, so we'll also be a little bit more on the lookout for that one. But when it comes to this one, we did go mention this on the earlier in the day video, stating that we've been hearing rumors for Amazon, we've been watching it. It's usually usually post after the 20th or so. None of my contacts had a good easy kind of drop for it, which may kind of make sense too, because there's been like a lot of movement, a lot of things kind of awkwardly sitting around and stuff like that. But basically for this one, we actually did have a drop that happened today. But as I mentioned, it's been kind of a bad one. It's been a really, really kind of rough. A lot of people complained. Basically, no one got a console, although a select few did, and it just wasn't really that good. And it kind of makes me sad because Amazon, you'd assume, is one of the bigger retailers in the world, but sadly, it kind of seems like we're seeing other retailers such as like Walmart and other various locations just doing a little tiny bit better, which does make me a little bit on the sad side because I'd rather you guys get your consoles than not. So I'm going to talk about this, talk about the drop, talk about all the issues, and as well, if any of you guys did go get your console, you guys could totally leave a comment down below. And like I said, sorry about any weird issues for it. I'll hopefully be a little bit more fixed up for our next video. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. Get a bunch of free stock, free money. Same with that Coinbase too as well. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Let's go dive in the video itself. So if you guys actually had a chance to miss this, I did go mention this before that we've just been waiting for Amazon. But Amazon did a little bit of like a bait and switch, which is why sometimes it's hard to go beyond the YouTube side of it, because like you just can't make a video every like 3 seconds for like little baby updates and little baby whatever. Although I do try my best, I do also want to try to like pace it out where you don't have a video every like 20 minutes or so, you know. But we actually did have a little bit of an Amazon update that happened very, very sporadic. Like I'm talking within like about like a 30-40 minute period. Everything kind of just was like whoop, and basically just all went on out. So we had a chance to go and mention this. I have actually a few folks that I know actually had a chance to get their consoles, which was very nice to go and see. But the numbers are very small. And this is actually, I think, a drop that a lot of folks got pretty frustrated on, because this was one of those drops that I kind of think is probably going to be heavily botted. Now, we haven't had a chance yet to go and fully see, and I'm going to maybe try to do a little bit of research to see if any of the botting groups kind of scored big. But it did kind of seem like this Amazon restock was gone faster than people even knew it was coming. To the point of like, I think after around maybe like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or so, the drop was like pretty much done. And now, at least for Walmart, if you guys remember, if you guys try to get your consoles from that drop like yesterday, like at least that was flowing. Like there was potential. It was a nice queue system. People were getting consoles at least for like more than literally 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Or usually say for like a Best Buy or Target drop or etc. GameStop drops especially. Drops do at least last a decent amount of time. Now, they're not like, you know, crazy like 4, 5, 6 hours, but at least they have more that for at least people that are like not literally staring at their monitors to at least have a chance to join the queues and have a chance to go and like at least get their consoles. But for this one, and that's why we might think it might have been heavily botted. Like I said, I'll do some more research on that. It just didn't, it was just instantly gone. Like it was really, 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 really quickly gone, to the point where everyone, like basically like everyone, did not get their consoles. This is probably one of the world's worst Amazon drops we've had in quite some time. So we actually, like I said, so basically the whole story is that we actually had a chance to see a very, very quick update when it comes to Amazon. It was very, very quick, where they had a little baby update over here, which that was the little few other. Basically for this one, where they had the Amazon Prime customers will be given priority access to the PlayStation 5 through 3/31, which is kind of like the biggest stroll for all of us in the entire world, because it was literally gone after like the next like hour. Within the hour, the drop actually happened itself. So like I said, there just wasn't enough time for me to make a YouTube video and let people know. I did have a chance to let people know too as well. I also had a chance for people in Discord too as well to know too, which was kind of nice. But the one big struggle for this one is that even when people knew, the drop was basically gone. Like drop was like the second it was up and the second it was kind of like flown in there. And that's why I keep on thinking it might have been heavily botted. It was just awful. Like there was just dogs everywhere. And if you guys don't know the Amazon dogs, because it has been like 2 months since the last drop has happened, basically just means when there was just a really big flux of people. It's kind of like an anti-DDoSing thing, where it's like, hey, sorry, like we can't even load this page because so many people are trying to get to the website itself, but here's some dogs, and hopefully don't hate us. And it's kind of really annoying too, because this was Amazon Prime customers that should have been given priority access. So people are already paying like $100 plus a year to go have access to Amazon Prime. But as well, the drops just didn't go good. Like we saw quite a few of the little dogs, and in all honesty, when I saw even this one, this kind of looks like kind of a weird picture. In all honesty, I'm not sure if you guys agree or not, but it just seems weird. It just seems weird. But like, as you guys know, it's kind of like known as the dog syndrome, where basically you get dogs, you try to load the page, and it's like, sorry, we just can't even find that page because there's so much traffic and so many people and so many random links and so many folks just trying to instantly buy the console. And I'd almost want to say like a lot of bots too as well. Like a lot of bot traffic will like instantly go to the website. So think like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 bots all just instantaneously going to the stock to go buy out as much stock as they can. So once again, it's not confirmed it was botted, but it kind of does seem likely. We'll kind of report on it later on. But it just kind of makes me sad because it just doesn't really seem good. Like this was not a good drop. A lot of the comments, even for people on some of my YouTube comments, I had some tweets, everyone was like, this is awful. Like this was bad. Like I literally, the second I even saw it was live, it was already out of stock. It was already unavailable, or we either had the dogs like I keep on mentioning. Like it just was not a good drop. I think a lot of folks were upset. A lot of folks were not happy, and kind of my own self included. Like whenever I see these types of drops, it kind of makes me personally sad because I just want people to get their consoles. I want people to get the hookup. I want people to go like actually have something they enjoy, and it's just kind of sad. Like I usually do recommend Amazon because sometimes people can sneak on in. Like we did see a few folks go get their consoles where people had some orders kind of come on in. And it's kind of weird because maybe we just didn't see stock arrivals for it, because it does seem like all the shipping dates were more around like March. So that's basically like 4 or 5 days from now. Some of them were March 1st. Some of them were March, I think, even up to 7th, funny enough. So I'm just going to probably assume that they're kind of doing like what Walmart does, where they're just future selling stock. That's kind of why it's kind of annoying, because sometimes like if they know the stock could be there, that's why we're kind of mentioning kind of a little bit more of a watchful eye for the times we keep on saying for the day-to-day videos. But sometimes if the stock's not physically there, it's just not there. And that's why a lot of the times you guys can kind of see it's not 2-day shipping. If it was 2-day shipping, that would have meant that stock was physically inside the stores, I believe, like physically inside the warehouses. And then since it's not physically, we're seeing people getting it from like March 5th, it kind of goes to show that the drop itself was like basically like a future planned console drop. But we kept on saying, like, as we're seeing more restockers such as like the PS Directs and Walmart getting consoles, that just bumps up the likelihood of all the other big retailers such as Best Buy, Target, etc., GameStop having more drops, because why is one big retailer getting stock when the others aren't? So, well, I do know Amazon's probably one of the harder drops out there. It's just not a good drop, especially with now. It always seems like it's botted. People did have a chance to sneak on in, although very few and far in between. So if any of you guys were a part of those Amazon squad, people who did get their consoles, major congrats. I hope you guys will all do good and do well, etc., etc. But the one kind of big sad thing to kind of go note is, once again, it was just not a good drop, man. Like it just, whenever stock is instantly within 5 minutes, let's say, that's how you guys just know it's just rough, because people are just going after it, or bots are going after it, or scalpers are going for it, and it just was a struggle. And it makes me sad because a lot of people were kind of outraged on it. A lot of people are like, why is Amazon wasting their time? This is the first drop we've had in like over 2 months, and it was just absolutely dog doo-doo, as everyone's seen all the dogs over there. And I can kind of agree with that, because I just always put these drops in a high standard, and it does kind of seem like places like Walmart and Walmart Plus have been working on anti-botting measures to make sure normal folks get their consoles quicker, and more like a higher priority of normal people get their consoles. Like, you can't fully always end botting, you can't fully end scalping, but at the end of the day, like, if a retailer's actually trying, we do see a lot more successes from normal folks, kind of how we saw from Walmart. And it kind of seems like Amazon just doesn't care. Like, it just kind of seems like they're just, as long as people are buying it and the stock is sold out, why would we care? We get our shipments whenever we get them. Who cares? As long as you get the consoles. So it does kind of make me a little bit more on the sadder side seeing this. It really does. Mainly because just botted everywhere, and just no one, like, not many people are happy. And now, at least thankfully, we still have a lot of other retailers who'll be watching. We're still trying to find more information on the Target stuff, which does seem very likely next week. Best Buy as well is just extremely overdue. In both those locations, it seems like there's stock physically on hand as well. Although, like, Best Buy's still been doing weird kind of somewhat walk-ins, so maybe that might be correlated too. I keep on saying that. It just seems really weird. Like, everything just kind of seems weird in terms of these retailers, where it's like they're called kind of like running all around like chickens with no heads. So it was kind of just sad. Like, I think it's rightfully so, where I think a lot of folks were upset with Amazon. I would be in the same boat. It just wasn't a good time, wasn't a good drop, and especially after waiting, you would also kind of expect the stock to be bigger too. Like, you'd be expecting after like 2 months of waiting for stock, it'd be a bigger drop with more potential for everything. You would assume. And they definitely fell flat, and they definitely made people upset. It kind of made me upset too, because I don't like seeing people being like, well, where's the drop? Where's the links? Why is nothing happening? What's going on? Like, why is it already gone? Why is it already sold out? Et cetera, et cetera. Which, I mean, I can understand why people would be frustrated, but like, it stinks, because if a drop's sold out that quickly, and there's so many bugs and issues and so many things as well, to the point where I think even some people weren't even able to go and get it, because they literally were like, I think like some Hawaiians could even go get the console. The item cannot even be shipped to your selected location. Like, so like literally, like, Amazon was not even letting people even go and getting consoles and for where they live at. On top of the fact that the stack looked like it was botted, and as well just everything kind of sold out like extremely quickly. So one of these days we'll finally get out of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox drought Today was not one of those days, and if you guys did somehow get a console, major congratulations. And also appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, linked down below, and the same Weeble and Coinbase too as well. And I'll see you guys later on throughout another video. Love you guys.